When you start on the control panel, you will see 4 icons with different functions. Create an event where you can configure your photo booth. Access my account where you can see all your details and edit them. Subscription, where you can change our plan and get new licenses, 3 days, 1 month, or 1 year. You can subscribe for 1 device or more, and this way enjoy our app without the watermark on the photographs. And finally, a list of frequently asked questions with their corresponding answers, and also tutorial videos. Now we're going to see step by step how you can create an event. Remember, if you have any queries throughout this process, you can contact us through this app by putting your name and email address on the online chat. We will respond if there is an agent available. Otherwise, you can send us an email or call us. Well, let's start by creating an event. To create an event, we need to click on the icon Create an Event. To make things easier, the name of the event must be unique and preferably short and original. You can also add a short description to help you find it down the road when you have created various events. We click the Save button and choose which kind of service we are going to customize. The photo booth can be horizontal or landscape or vertical or portrait, or you can choose whether we are going to use the funEvent Share app, which is used to share photos taken by any photo booth software, including the funEvent Photo Booth app. For this tutorial, we will select the horizontal position. We hit Save. And we now have access to the Functions menu. Now we have access to all the configuration options for the photo booth, and you can now go ahead and make the most of it. For this tutorial video, we select the option GIF plus 4 photo strip. Now we're going to see the option to upload and overlay to our photos, GIFs and boomerangs. To customize the photo strips, you must click on the Other Functions and activate Customize App. To upload and overlay, we must first select Overlay option. Here, a selection will pop up where we can upload up to 6 different templates. The overlays must always be in PNG files and have the same orientation we have chosen for the photo booth. That is to say, if we have chosen landscape, it must be horizontal, and if we have chosen vertical, it must be portrait. All files we upload must match the parameters indicated by the control panel. In this case, the files should be PNG files with a maximum resolution of 1800 pixels by 1200 pixels and not exceed 1 megabyte. We recommend files of 1200 by 800 pixels. In this example, we are going to upload 4 different overlays to create an animated overlay. Always remember the requirements of the control panel. This overlay is exactly the same at its core, but it has a difference. It has a ball which moves along in each file. This ball will give a sensation of movement, making the users of the photo booth interact with it. For this, once you have uploaded all 4 overlays, you must activate the animated GIFs checkbox, a different overlay for each photo. In this case, you get a fun GIF where users interact with a ball, for example. The effect we will achieve will be something like this. The green screen function allows us to change the green screen to up to 6 different backgrounds. It is important that the green screen is well lit up without any shadows and that it has an even shade throughout the surface. By default, we give you values which in 90% of the cases are ideal to substitute the green background with images you upload. Otherwise, on the app menu, you can select the green screen option where one can adjust the HSB values for optimum results. Here we suggest saving these values on the control panel so that they may be applied throughout the entire photo booth session. To upload a background, we do exactly the same as when you upload a file to the overlay section. We choose a background and we upload it. Be reminded it has to respect the format given by the application. In this case, it should be a JPEG or a PNG file with 1800 pixels by 1200 pixels with the same orientation as the photo and a maximum of 1 megabyte in size. We always recommend files of 1200 by 800 pixels. You can upload up to 6 different backgrounds. You can now see this example. Now we are going to see the social media sharing and printing features. In this part of the menu, we are going to find different features to share our photos via WhatsApp, email, SMS, or on a slideshow to be screened, or lastly, the option to print. To send a photo via WhatsApp, it is very important to have downloaded WhatsApp on the same phone or tablet you installed the funEvent photo booth app. If this is not the case, you will not be able to share photos via WhatsApp. When you click on the WhatsApp tab, it will directly ask you to input a text. This text will appear by default as a chat that goes along with the photos or GIFs you share on WhatsApp. With the email function, we can activate 2 options. If we only choose the email tab, we are going to use the email application we have installed by default on our tablet or cell phone. This email application needs to be configured correctly to send emails. Therefore, remember that if we choose only email, we will be using the email application we have configured on our tablet. Furthermore, we can include an email subject heading and a message body, which will appear by default directly on the email application. However, if we wish to send emails from the sponsor's server with a template created on HTML, we must activate the option Email from the organizer's account. In this case, you must fill in a series of additional parameters: SMTP, the port, the sender's email and password, and the security system configuration at hand. Also, we have a document on this link with instructions on how to configure it in the case you wish to use a Gmail account. In this case, not only can you put a subject heading, but it is also very cool because you can create an HTML template with a message. Next is the print function. If we activate it, we will have the option to print from our tablet. To print, the tablet always needs a laptop with Windows and a printer connected to this laptop via Wi-Fi with no internet required. By default, only 1 copy will be printed of each photo. If we activate the option multiple copies, the app will give the option to print 1 to 6 copies of each photo. The SMS option is very similar to the WhatsApp option. We only need to input the SMS text that we wish to send along with the images. The newly taken images will be sent automatically with the text once the user has introduced his or her phone number. If we activate the event gallery, you will save all the photo GIFs by pressing the TV icon on the app after taking each image. If you do not press this icon, the images will not be saved. It is a way to ask attendees of an event for verbal consent to have the pictures saved on the event gallery or to be projected on the screens live. When you activate the function Event Gallery TV, you can see 6 icons which lead you to URL websites which show in a slideshow all the photos and GIFs, or 2 icons that lead you to the photo event gallery or to the GIF event gallery, and the last 2 icons lead you to compressed files with all the photos and GIFs. We remind you that photos will only be saved if the TV icon is pressed upon taking the images on the spot. If this icon is not clicked, the images won't be saved. Lastly, we are going to see the part of other features. This will be the last step to configure our photo booth application. The first option is Customize App, where we can select an app logo and a screen wallpaper. For the logo of the app, we can upload a file where we must always take note of the file requirements. In this case, it should be a PNG or JPEG file of 200 pixels in height by 600 pixels in width and a maximum of 1 megabyte. To change the screen wallpaper of the app, we will do exactly the same. That is, we will choose a file respecting the requirements the app marks. In this case, it must be a JPEG or PNG file with the same orientation and resolution as the tablet screen with a maximum size of 1 megabyte. Both the logo and the screen wallpaper of the app will have a result like this. This is the chosen wallpaper, and here we have everything set up. The selected screen wallpaper together with the logo we have uploaded to our control panel. The bottom part belongs to the frame of the photo which we have previously uploaded. The second feature is Customize Strip, where you can customize the strip with the sponsor's logo at the bottom, and we will add a wallpaper to the strip. The strip logo must be a JPEG or a PNG file of 200 pixels in height by 800 pixels in width and a maximum of 1 megabyte. If no wallpaper is selected, it will appear in white by default. If we want to change it, we must upload a PNG or JPEG file of 1800 pixels in height by 600 pixels in width and a maximum size of 1 megabyte. Now we can see an example of the strip wallpaper, which by default is white. By default, the spaces between and on the sides of the pictures are white. We can also add an effect to the image, hereby applying an effect to the photograph: mirror effect, sepia, black and white, or cartoon effect. The data capture feature allows us to select the data we need to collect from users of the photo booth. We can ask for names, surnames, email, telephone number, gender, and 2 additional fields we can edit to add in any other information. You only need to activate them and add what kind of data you want to retrieve. In field 1, you can put zip codes, for example, and control only digits are entered. Same goes for field 2. If we add the privacy policy, we can edit the field with a disclaimer and include a URL with terms and conditions. It is mandatory to put a URL if you activate the privacy policy function. In the case of authorization to receive newsletter, it is the same. we have to post a link to the legal text for the user to review. The block menu option of the menu of the app is crucial if the photo booth will be unattended, in such a way the users can't manipulate it, avoiding configuration problems. To access the menu, it will ask you for a password, which will be the name of the event in capital letters. If we activate the digital props, you will see faces with different gadgets, hats, glasses, mouths, and mustaches. By default, we have a few you can choose from, and if you want to add your own, you only have to upload them in PNG and try out the app to make sure the size is correct. The screensaver option, after a period of no activity on the app, allows to show the image we want. Clicking on it will reactivate the app. To upload the image, we will repeat the usual procedure, a JPEG or PNG file with the same orientation as the photo booth and the same resolution as the screen so that it doesn't distort. The content of My Account. If we access My Account from the menu, we can see our username, password, how long we have had the app activated, and when we no longer have access to our control panel. We can also change the different invoicing details or add to them. An important option is to be able to manage the devices where you are using the funEvent app. Pressing the top left button, Deactivate Devices, we will have access to the list of active devices. This way, if you want to use the app in new devices, but have already reached the maximum of planned devices, you can disable the devices which no longer interest you. When we download the app and introduce the name of the event, that device is activated with a license or access to the app. That way, if we ever have to change the device, we have to enter this screen and erase a device from the list to liberate the license and be able to use the app in another tablet or mobile. Remember, it is the Deactivate Devices button on the top left. In this last facts part, we have some questions which are commonly posed by our app users with their answers. They are questions and answers which will help us to understand how to configure the app. If you click the Help button, you will find files for downloading, videos and manuals, which will also help us configure the app.